You should get the word. Okay, here we go. So good afternoon, YouTube. I'm Sarah. I'm your hostess today. I'm here with Ramon, Luis, and João. And today, Junior brought us a topic that is about prison. I I think he talked about this before because it's the second part. We have some questions to discuss. Since I introduced myself, I would like to hear from Luis. Can you talk a little bit about yourself? What do you do for a living? Some hobby that you like to do?
All right, let's go. My name is Luis. I have 28 years old. I like dog and I have one. I like to ride a bike. I live now in a small city in Minas Gerais, a really small city, 10,000 inhabitants. And I like to study general things, the general matters, general subjects. All right. And I like to study English too as a topic, and I work with IT. I think that talk could help me, not just for a personal question, not just for a personal reason, but as a professional, I think that English express talk will help me a lot. Thank you, everybody.
Very good. Thank you, Luis. And glad to have you back here with us. And how
Thank
about you,
you.
Ramon? You didn't mention your city yet, or maybe something different about yourself.
I'm from Salvador, and I am uh, um, 35 years old, and I am a software engineer, also IT developer. That's it.
Do you have kids or are you married?
Oh yeah, I am married and I have two children, a couple.
Oh,
Um,
cute.
um, that's it.
That's great to know. Thanks for sharing. Hope you feel welcome here, as it's your first time. Okay, Ramon. And
Yeah.
uh, and how about you, João?
Hi, can you hear me? My name is João.
Yeah.
I'm 20 years old. I live in Campo Grande. And I'm here to learn English and practice a little bit with you guys. And I I come here every week, me talk and talk. And that's all. Thank you.
I think I know you from other meetings, maybe with the Anna. I don't remember, but I think you were in my room. Your voice is familiar. I don't know. I memorize the voices. Are you
I don't
the student?
remember I don't remember having a class with you, but with others maybe. Like for example, yeah, I'm not good with names,
That's
but
okay.
I have participated in other classrooms.
Yeah, I think the voice is familiar. And by the way, guys, if any one of you wants to turn on the camera, it would be great for me because I prefer to see you, but it's up to you. It's not an obligation. Let's go to the
I'm
questions.
I'm unable because I'm in my cell phone, so there's no camera because it's broken.
Okay, no
Sorry.
worries. No worries. Don't don't say I'm sorry. Don't have to. So let's go to the first question. The way is it the way it is right now? Do you believe prison is effective on making people not want to break the law again? What do you guys think about effectiveness of prison? I'm gonna start so we can warm the conversation a little. For me, I wouldn't say so because I have the impression that's just a place where we send people we don't want near us, just someone who, yes, has done a lot of bad stuff, has committed crimes. It is important to not to have punishment, of course, but I don't see as a place where you can teach the people something, or maybe, or even help them improve and not to fall, again, to commit the same mistake or a different crime. So in my opinion, we have a long way to go to improve this system. What do you think, guys? João, what's your opinion?
Uh, as I as I have answered this question last week, I think no, it's not an effective way to make people, because it's as you said, it's a place that you put people that you don't want near us, and you don't. I think it's lacking a lot of resources to improve those persons and to make them viable in society again, like mm, to make them contribute in society again. So I think that's something that is lacking, but I don't see how to I don't see how to use other means, like to put people who committed major crimes aside from society. Like I maybe someone can think about other can think about other means of, I don't know, punishment or educating. But for me, but for me, I see in general a lot of people saying that prison is a bad place and prison is broken. It's true, but I don't see anyone talking about solutions. We just say, it's that it's a horrible place, it's lacking resource, it's lacking food, it's lacking the basics of human beings, and etc. But when it comes to the results, when it comes to the solutions, I don't see any people putting in the table viable solutions or putting in the table creative solutions, and I think we are in need of creative solutions.
Yeah, pretty well said, actually. I agree with you because it's like we don't know the system so well in order to really suggest something that can make a difference. We just have our opinions in general, and sometimes our opinions don't, sometimes, I would say most of the time, actually, don't have a lot of impact in the reality, so maybe we can we just discuss as citizens, but we don't see how we can actually make it work for in a better way. And I really like what you said about it is something that is really easy to make to criticize, but acting is a way harder. It's way harder than just saying what's wrong with the system. But it's an open discussion, so maybe throughout the conversation, we can have some new ideas and thinking on different perspectives. What's your opinion? Oh, go ahead, João.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like it's something that we as Brazilians are in need, is to think about solutions and less about the problems.
Yeah, totally. The problems is always the focus, and as long as we only think of that, it will stay there. And yeah, really good point. Thank you, João. And how about you, Ramon? What do you think about this first question?
So what I think is that our punishments are uh, very soft. If our punishments uh, are more more hard. I think that will do people think more about break the law, and that's what I think, because uh, uh, that's what I do. I don't break the law because I have fear about uh, about my punishments, uh, about uh, lost my lost my sorry, lost my freedom. Um, so I think a lot. Um, I think a lot to don't break the law. I think um, all punishments are so soft.
I see your point. Like, if this person just knows the he or she won't be punished in a really effective way, they might think, oh, maybe it's something that it's worth doing this because I will gain money, I will have some results from this action. The punishment isn't so hard on me, so maybe it's something that people consider before, practicing some crimes. I agree.
Yeah. But in our country, uh, we have many resources to break the law. Many artifacts to break the law that is so prejudicial.
Yeah, it's not only about the police and the people who lock people in the prison, but about the whole system, the laws,
Exactly.
punishment. Yeah, it's a big
Exactly.
picture. Yeah, you have a
Exactly.
good point. Thank you, Ramon. And you, Luis, do you agree with the guys? Do you have something different to add?
Well, I think that this is a tough question, but I agree with almost all that you are saying here. But let's start. And Sarah, I totally agree with you with what did you said, what you said. I think that prison is not effective right now. And the system use this to put there people who they want there out of the prison, all right? And then the prison works to favorecer, to incentivize the people who are there to bring together as gangs. I don't know. All right. I don't know exactly, but it's a very tough question. I'm really hard for me to answer this to avoid misunderstood, but I think the prison system nowadays isn't effective. The people who get out there have a lot of difficulties to get jobs, to get new jobs. I think that I don't know if it's a question about hard punishment or not high punish. I don't know, right? Just my opinion. I don't know because I think they need to be punished by the crimes, But the people who need the hard punishment maybe doesn't go to the prison sometimes. When you think about politicians and all others, always crime, and there is a financial crimes, for example, that maybe kill a lot of people, financial crime, that hit off the money that will go to the health system. The money doesn't go, and the people who did that crime sometimes doesn't go to the prison. All right. For this kind of people, I think that they deserve a very hard punishment. All right. I'm trying to answer with a lot of carefully to avoid misunderstood. I don't know if I get out my point of view, but is that I think we need hard punish for a lot of crimes, but the people who are now who is punishing, who are punished, are not need hard crimes. All right, hard punishments. Is that I'm really have difficult to answer this. I'm sorry, but
First of all, you made yourself clear with your argument, and I don't think it was misunderstood, at least not by me. But I would say a great point mentioned the politicians, because it is corruption is a huge problem in our society, and we kind of ignore it. Like, we know it's there, but we always are looking for excuses, and some don't attack the problem, don't address this problem in the way we should.
Yes, but when I think about the prison system right now, for me, isn't effective. There are so many questions in the context that I try to expose here. I don't know if I get or no, but if I did, but I tried to expose some point of view, some context point of view. All right, I try to expose this. All right, thank you, Sarah.
Don't worry, we have more questions to discuss. Let's move to the next one. João mentioned something about how we don't come up with solutions for this problem. And I would like to know from you guys, if you believe the prison can be a place, question number 2. Do you believe that the prison can be a place for to improve people, like to teach them something new, to put them to work, or some initiatives like that? Or do you believe it's just for punishment? And the second question, it's related, how we could make the prison a better place. Yeah, this is a tough one, even to discuss in Portuguese. Am I right? Even something really polemic, and maybe we don't have the answers right away, but we can reflect a little bit about it. João, what do you think about this question?
Sorry, I got a bit lost. It's the second question and the third question.
Just the second one.
Just the second one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps it could be a better spot to educate people and school them to act as a better citizen and to contribute, paying taxes and working and etc. But and of course not committing another crime. But I think as it is today, it's just a way of punishment. There's not a single prison in Brazil that I see happen. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is some tries in this prison system in Brazil, but in the reality that I see in television, and this is a very controversial reality, because some people would say that television just manipulate, and television just show what it is, just show what it is in what it is in trend, like when something bad happens and not when something good happens. So for me, for me, as I see on television and knowing that it can be manipulative and it can be sometimes it can be, there's a word in Brazil, yeah, I don't remember, sensationalist, I don't know what is the name in English.
Yeah, I don't know too. We can Google. We can Google it.
Sensationalism.
I
Sensationalist. It can be
believe.
sensationalist
Oh, it's
sometimes. Like a lot of
close.
times can be sensationalist, the television. But answering the question, I think it's just a way to punish people because we do not teach them to do another things. We just put them aside of society because we don't want them near us. And and for me, it's something about us as a society, not just the system, but it's the fault of everyone because we don't think about another way to teach, another way to punish. And also I think it should have some punishment. It should have punishment, but it also should have for minor crimes, for example, like stealing a, I don't know, stealing a cell phone. It should be, it should exist other ways.
If we put everyone in the same place, like without making a difference between the crimes, maybe the people who committed minor crimes, like you mentioned, they might get influenced by. I don't want to say worse people because everyone has background and some situations, right, going on in their lives, but people who have uh, worse experiences with crimes, so maybe it's not a good idea to put everyone together. I see your point.
Yeah, it's like the way that I see it is nowadays. It's kind of a school for, it's kind of a school uh for criminals. Like you put people there to learn how to to learn how to commit other crimes when they got outside the prison. For me, it's kind of a school there for, it's kind of a school for criminals. The rate that is happening nowadays.
Yeah, how to go to the next level in crime life, something like that. Yeah, good point. Thank you, João. And how about you, Ramon? What's your opinion?
I share my opinion with João because if anyone commits any crime, he has to be punished, and and the these places today is not to learn about anything, um and today they learn about crime. It's simple, and if uh, one person commit one crime, any crime, he must be punished. Just the justice must be really blind, um, for politicians, for murders, for thefts. Um, anyone, I think that's why that's what I think. So in the prisons, we don't have opportunities today to for better citizens. That's the truth. We don't have any opportunity uh, to transform any people.
Yeah.
I would like to know that this place these places um are good places. I would like, but that's not true.
Yeah, you're right. The way we are doing right now, it fix the problem for a short time, but after, if these
Exactly,
people don't have any perspective and expectations about working and moving on, with their lives.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So I lost one cousin, and the murder is how do I say solto?
And so he's free. He was not
Free, yeah,
arrested.
it's free. It's free. He's not arrested, and everybody knows that he did. That's a big problem. That's a big problem. No punishing.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm really sorry for your loss, Hamo, and I hope your
No
family
problem.
finds justice. Okay, thanks for sharing.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
I know it's not easy for you to share something as deep like that, but thanks for sharing your opinion, your
Yeah.
experience with the subject. Okay,
Yeah. No problem.
and you, Luis, what's what do you think about this one? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm reading the question again,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
But if a prison is a just way of punishing people, or do you also see the opportunity to form a better citizen? I think don't. Prison isn't an opportunity to form better citizen right now, I think. And why and how could better citizens be formed in prison? I don't know. I don't have knowledge about it to picture a solution, to show a solution with my knowledge right now. I don't have. I'm sorry.
It's no problem. You can be honest about our knowledge for sure. Maybe with the creating some opportunities for these people to work. For example, just because someone's working at prison doesn't mean they are not being punished. But if they can work, they can fill up the time and they won't be so involved in other criminal activities because the system in prison, I don't know, it's like kind of made up for people involved in other types of crimes. The How many people get re-involved in the get back to prison because they find someone there that has made made her mind, like, oh, you should you can do something else, and this person goes to the next level in crime, like João mentioned, and the stories continues and never has an end. So if you can create chances why these people are in prison, maybe this can work for the future they don't get back. That's my opinion. And I think we can go to skip some questions. Yeah, okay, question number 5. This is polemic, guys, so get ready. Do you agree with reduce the prison time when the prisoners behave well, or should everyone stay in prison for the complete time of the sentences given in court. Uh, Someone has committed a crime and the judge says you have to stay 6 years in prison. But after 3 years, they had the chance to get out from good behavior. What do you guys think about this? Ramon, do you agree with this change?
No, I don't agree. I think it depends from the people, the person, because we really can know good persons that committed a crime. That's 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 possible, but we don't we don't know if this person uh, uh, regret to see this person are repented uh, to understand. Arrependeu-se. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know if in 3 years this person is repentant. And I think the laws exist to we um, obey 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 this this laws. Um, I don't know if after 3 years uh, all all murders are repented. I don't know if the law is 6 years. I think uh, they they must um, they must stay at the prison at the prison for 6 years. It's is that.
Thank you. And the people can change a lot in prison. So yeah, it's hard to tell if it is the right time to let someone goes home and leave the prison. Yeah, that's a good
Exactly.
point.
Mhm.
As usual, how do you feel about this change?
I think this topic is way comprehensive because I think it depends. Like it depends on the type of sentence, the type of crime, the type of probation that we're talking about. Because I think just good behavior shouldn't be shouldn't be shouldn't be the only measurement to this. Like I think community service should be another measurement. Learning should be another measurement. I don't know, like say I don't know, learning, reading a book and writing some review in the final. I think it should be also a measurement. What I know for sure is that I don't think the reduce in the sentence should be as it is today. Like should be like sometimes we see like sometimes we see a cut in half of the sentence just because good behavior or just because I don't know the type of crime. I think it should be less the cut. It should be like it should exist a minimum to this cut. Like for example, 20% the maximum. of cut. It should it should exist a maximum to this cut, not the way it is today. But this is another problem because in Brazil, we see a lot of problems in the a lot of problems in the in the jurisdiction of laws, not the jurisdiction. That's another word in Portuguese. There is no continuity in the sentences as it is in other countries. Because, for example, if a judge in Brazil, no, if a judge in the United States decide that some people should spend 10 years in prison because this, and another judge decide decide something way different, this is not going to work in the United States. This is not something that happens in the United States, because we have like something that is called common law, that the idea is that all the previous sentences should be used to review a new sentence, and if it is equal, this sentence then should be equal. If the felony is similar, it's equal, then the sentence should be equal based on the precedent that they talk a lot in some books, and there is a lot of court series. The precedent, if the precedent is the same and the felony is the same, then the sentence should be the same. This is the continuity of the judge system. It reduces it reduces the contestation of the judge systems. Something that we see a lot in Brazil, people contesting the system and complaining about the judiciary system. It reduces the judiciary system because it reduces to the mistakes that can happen. So I think that is something that you should work to reduce. It should work in order to reduce the prison time, in order to reduce in order to reduce the prison time. If this judiciary system worked in that way, it should be. If the judiciary, it would have exist a continuity, like in the same case. What I see nowadays is that for example, let's get the case of Lula. I'm not saying I'm not opining about what happened or what should have happened. I'm opining about like what the STF told, like 2 years before the starting of the Lava Jato, etc. The Supreme Court of Brazil, they said that all the crimes, all the felonies involving the Petrobras should be in the jurisdiction of Curitiba, because it was there that the Lava Jato started. It was there Lava Jato started. So, but this doesn't exist in the judiciary, in the penal code. It just doesn't exist in the constitution. This doesn't exist anywhere. What exists is that when you commit a crime in Cuiabá, you will be judged in Cuiabá. You will be judged in this jurisdiction, not another jurisdiction. They created this jurisdiction to judge the crime in Curitiba, and 2 years after, they decided that the crime should have been judged in the way that is normal in the constitution, the way that is normal in the laws. So 2 years of judgment that they created just to after that say something totally different, and that's the kind of flaws in the judiciary systems in Brazil that I don't see in other countries. Like I don't see the continuity of the continuity of the sentences. I don't see they taking into account the previous sentence and the previous laws to create another. I don't see they taking into account the precedents. So I don't see that reduced prison time would work in Brazil in the way it is nowadays. Because for example, a judge can decide something and another can decide something totally different for cases that are similar. So it should have a maximum to reduce these differences to balance more the system.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because if the sentence has been made, it's there for a reason. The judge has some proof to decide, and the other one just ignores it. It's kind of doesn't match, our system. It's not the same for if it's not the same for all judges. It's like it was different systems in each case. I think I see your point. It's hard to talk about this in Portuguese. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's a real challenge. And how about you, Luis? Do you agree with this?
Well,
Go ahead.
sorry for interrupting you.
No,
Are
go
you hear
ahead.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, first of all, I'm sure that TNT teach us a lot, much more than English, right?
Yeah, preach.
Teaching in all classes, in all meetings, we learn something much more than English, all right? But I think that there is a lot of classes of crimes. All is crime, but there is a lot of classes of crimes. When we start this conversation, we think about the prison system and all the things related to this, all right? I don't know if we are in a free conversation, but I think in a prison system. I'm saying this to explain my point of view, all right? When you are talking about, I'm searching on Google for a word in English, for a word in Portuguese that I will say, furto famélico. And I translate this because I didn't know how can I say this? Furto famélico in English. And the translator answered me that it's a hungry thief. All right. And sometimes I don't know, I'd like to see the statistics of how many people will go to the prison system for hungry thief. I would like to see, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to explain my point of view or to explain how I can see this conversation because I don't have the statistics now about how many people go to the prison system for hungry thief. I would like, but just a point of view. And talking about the things that all of you are saying, there is a thing that upset me, that when someone go to the prison, they just be there for 1/3 of the punishment. All right, this upset me sometimes. I don't know if upset is the right word. Upset sometimes, but like I'm thinking about this. All right, sometimes the people committed a crime and go to the prison, and there is a lot of situations and then stay there for just 1/3 of the sentence. As João said, I think that Ramon said this too, but yes, it's just my point of view, all right? Then that's it.
Yeah, your reflection about the inequality and how people have different backgrounds and opportunities in life. I think it should be taken into consideration because crime has a lot of layers. It's not only about, oh, I wanted a new cell phone and I couldn't pay, so I stole it. It's like it's related with the scenario you live in. Sometimes the influences you have, so it's deep to just assume everyone who commits a crime it's out of oh, the person just wanted to commit this crime, you know?
Yes,
I do
because
believe some people are bad, like just bad for, I don't know, genuinely bad, but yeah, we have a lot of cases to judge, you know? You can go ahead. You were going to say something.
no, thank you. It's all about you are saying. Thank you.
Oh, that's great.
I would
Thank
just add that this is just my point of view, all right? I'm not here to be right or no, all right? I have a bit of knowledge of this, just nothing, but is this.
Yeah, I don't see myself I don't see myself as someone with a lot of knowledge in this area too. So we are equal here, just learning with you guys. And I'm gonna share here the link to survey because we have another meeting coming soon, and I don't want to delay it. Here's the link for this feedback. And since we have 5 more minutes, I'm gonna do one more question. So talking about the people who work in the prison, how do you think it's the life of these people? Like how which challenge they face every day and so on. João, have you ever thought about this?
Yeah, like in 1 minute, it's a very hazardous life because you need to face some very, very dangerous criminals that has connections with factions, has connection with, I don't know, has connections with the other militias. So it's a very, very hazardous life, and you need to take care of your family, like every day, every time, every day at every time. For example, here where I live, some time ago, it happened a rebellion in the penitentiary because the penitentiary director, they have told that they told them that they couldn't have more family visits because of behavior, because of rebellions, etc. This just escalated everything, and it happened that a lot of buses were burned, a lot of buses were burned, a lot of public disturb in the city, and some agents, some penitentiary agents being killed by those persons. So it's a very hazardous life.
Yeah. All the time you have to watch your back, and especially because it's your way to pay the bills, and you can't just quit. But I don't know if I would accept such a challenge, you know. What do you think, Luis?
Well,
How do you see it?
I try to be fast in my answer, but I have two relatives who work in the prisons around the state. Uh, I don't know about problems yet. Until today, I don't know. Uh, one works with administration process, and other works with security. I don't know. All right.
Do you what do you talk with them? They tell you something about the reality in prison, or they don't mention it?
But they don't mention it, and I don't ask to.
Yeah, I was.
How? Uh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say that my dad wanted me to take the exam to work at the police, but I couldn't. Like, it's not my thing, you know.
All right. I know what are you saying.
Yeah. And how about? Yeah, we have 2 minutes. We don't have much more time, guys. I really appreciate your coming here today for us to have a conversation. And would you? Does someone want to add something about our topic or about, I don't know, something in general?
No,
No, I just wanted to say thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Luis, and have a
Thank you.
great week.
Thank you, Luis. I'm sorry I interrupted you sometimes, but it's part of the process. Okay. Thank you, guys. And
Are you saying that you interrupted me or interrupted João?
Uh,
oh, I said I interrupted you a few
Oh,
times.
no.
but
Sorry.
Thank you
But
so
no.
much.
Thank you. Don't
Thank
worry.
you. Thank you so much, guys, and see you soon. Okay. Have a nice Friday and an awesome weekend. See you soon.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.